William McKinley.
Nope. Aunt Mooster was born in October. McKinley was elected in November.
When Grover Cleveland was still president.
You looked.
You know, when your Auntie Mooster was your age, women couldn't even vote.
Still not a good reason to go a 1,000 miles out of our way just to visit her.
What about our compromise?
A compromise? Mom wants to go see some aunt, and you do what she says. You know you don't want to see her either.
What?
I do want to go. I do. And I want to take you to that Ben and Jerry show in Albuquerque, too. There's plenty of time to do both.
Josh, my aunt is turning 100 this Saturday. She is a very special person to me. I could count on her no matter what. And in difficult times, she was my rock. She does have some rough edges, though.
Nathaniel, come on, let's go. I want to be late for this. Don't think.
Holy cow. 100 years old. Whoa, does her brain still work?
From what they tell me, let's hope not.
His name is Josh Auntie Mooster. He's my son.
Good. Who are you? Don't bust a garter, Claire Green. I know who you are. Ooh, put on a couple of pounds.
This is Russell's mother, Hattie Green.
Congratulations. It's so nice to meet somebody older than I am, for a change. For a change. What about that one?
This is my nephew, Nathaniel. It's Joe's boy.
Joe's boy.
Are your teeth made of wood?
Maybe. Yeah. On a check for splinters. That's a good one.
Kyle! What are you doing? Hey! Stop! All right, ladies and gentlemen, folks, this Saturday, something remarkable is about to happen. Ethel Mooster, my grandmother, is going to turn 100 years old. Huh? Now, all my life, this woman has been an inspiration.
Now I'm an inspiration. When Freddie was 13, I was a big pain in his patootie.
Of course, she was with Harlan Tyler Sr. when he founded this company, and she stayed as secretary right up to the day that she retired 30 years later.
I didn't retire, he fired me. Isn't that right, Junior?
You were 65, Ethel. It was company policy.
Harlan said I was too old. Harlan said he needed somebody more vigorous. Harlan's pushing up to daisies now. But guess who's vigorous?
Get this over with.
Yeah, Grandma Mooster has more energy than most 50-year-olds. In fact, she still walks a mile every day.
That's because those idiots took away my driver's license. They did. She make those crosswalks marked better.
She still works in her own garden. She still cooks her own food.
And she's hungry. Where's her cake?
Where is that cake, folks? Oh, there it is. All right. Hey, we got security.
Was that Kyle Masters? Knocked over my cake.
Yes, it was. Happy birthday, Ethel. Excuse me.
Look down there. See anything?
My name is Russell Green. Maybe you passed me and my family out on the highway. Maybe you were driving some fancy sports car or an old beat-up four-door. Or maybe you've had some hard times like us and you're out on the road with your house hitched up behind you and America the Beautiful up ahead. But whoever you are, you be sure to give us a wave next time you drive by, because we're your neighbors and we're all on the road together.
How old is this? So old, state protects it. Never be torn down.
Does it look pretty good?
Oh, it does.
Directions were okay?
Just fine.
Just fine. Well, she's waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Biplane rides for $5. And we're missing it. For what? For some lousy ancient history.
Oh, stop being such a creep.
Do me a favor. Don't talk to me till we're out of the city.
I'll do better than that. I won't talk to you till we're out of this state.
What a wonderful house.
Nathaniel, just keep it that way.
I can carry my own tray, Fred. I don't need you.
How is Auntie Mooster?
Well, you remember how stubborn she was.
Yes, I do.
She's worse.
Tea time.
I'll give her a hand.
Oh, this last month especially, she's just hell.
I predicted Mooster wasn't going to soften with age.
I think I'll pass on the tea.
Hey, Nathaniel, where are you going?
I have to get Aunt Mooster first.
Well, then hurry up.
Don't be scared, okay? Hey, you promise you won't scream if I let you go? Okay.
You're the guy that was running from the guards. What did you steal?
No, nothing. I don't steal.
Why are you hiding in our trailer?
Because I had to get past those guards.
Well, if you didn't rob the place, then what were you doing there, and why were they chasing you?
Because they've got a lot of secrets there. Secrets that prove that they're a bunch of lousy murderers.
Murderers? Who'd they kill?
My wife.
So you're saying your Aunt Mooster is nothing but a great big old detour?
Sort of.
Absolutely not. We love it here.
No, you'll like Albuquerque. It's a fine town. Lots to do with the air show.
You know about the air show?
I was at the first air show. But there was only 2 Spitfires and 1 hot air balloon then.
So you went in a balloon, you went up?
For 7 days. Hans and I broke some kind of altitude record. We broke a few other records, too. We come down in Buford, Texas. Oh, time for my nap. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Thank you. That's good. Nobody sits in that chair but me. Don't disturb me, unless there's a death in the family. I'll be in the back bedroom.
Russell's mom is lying down in there.
Not for long.
So from what I've seen, you got a pretty nice family. Get along with your parents?
They're my uncle and aunt. We're looking for my dad.
Where's your mom?
Around. Somewhere. Jail, maybe.
Looks like you and I have something in common.
We do?
Yep. We both got people we miss a lot. Hang in there, kid.
Nathaniel, come on over here.
His name is Kyle. They killed his wife.
Kyle, if you need some help, I'll drive you into the police station.
No, they're all in it together. Those mucky mucks, they all trade favors.
Well, I'm no mucky muck, friend. I'm just passing through with my family, so you let the boy come on over here and you just walk away.
So you can call the police?
You leave now, I won't call anybody.
You related to Mooster?
My wife's side.
Fred Mooster is a liar and a coward. I'm just going to stay here a while.
Is that you?
Uh-huh.
Are you wearing a bathrobe?
Baptism dress. It was a present from Aunt Mooster to my mom and dad. My mother still has it. She's saving it for my first grandbaby.
Which won't be for a long time.
Honestly, that woman! I know she's your great-great-aunt, and she's as old as South Dakota, but that's no excuse.
Were you sleeping?
Yes, until she poked me in the back with a cane. I'd like to get me a cane and poke her back.
That's Aunt Mooster's chair, and no one's supposed to sit in it.
Russell.
Is anybody else in the house?
What's going on?
Kyle needs our help. He thinks they killed his wife.
Yeah, that's why he's got a gun at my back.
Just sit down.
Your wife? Who killed your wife?
Harlan Tyler and all his white-collar, bow-down slaves that work for...
Claire, call the police.
Come on.
Russell Green, if you're going to be roughhousing, do it outside. Oh, you're up. Good. Hard to get a nap around this place.
Why don't you believe him?
Well, it's not that I do, and it's not that I don't. Truth is, doesn't matter what I believe.
Why do we have to turn him over to the police?
Because he had a gun aimed at my family. That's just plain wrong, no matter what anybody did to him. So now a jury of his peers will decide what's going to happen to him next.
That stinks.
No, that's the law. Now I think it might be better if you went on inside, see what Josh and Dinah are up to.
I want to stay out here.
Nathaniel, inside.
Guess I'll go do my homework.
Won't be long, Mr. Green. The deputies are going to be falling all over themselves to haul me in. Nathaniel told me about what you're doing. Taking your family around, seeing the country.
For a while.
I always wanted to travel with Alice. Made it to Reno once. I sat down at a poker table, didn't get up till we were broke. Wasn't much of a romantic getaway.
Well, casinos make suckers of us all.
A lot like life.
Listen, I'm sorry about your loss.
I didn't lose her. They took her. It was negligence, Mr. Green. She worked in research with a lot of chemicals, stuff she didn't have any business being anywhere near. She's dead. And my sister's worked in there. She's got symptoms.
Cancer?
And they got themselves a little man-made epidemic going there, I think.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Your fraps for us. Thank you.
Gun was empty. No bullets.
You searched him?
No.
Get up, Kyle. Well, Kyle, where are you hiding the bullets?
Shove it, Lester.
My brother-in-law works security at Tyler. I know all about this guy. He's bad for business.
Well, then, Deputy, if it means anything, Mr. Matthews didn't give me any trouble.
Did you go up again?
Sure. Lots of times. Taught my oldest boy how to fly, Lucas. God rest his soul.
What? He died in a balloon crash?
At a bowling alley. Converted a 7-10 split. Dropped dead of a heart attack. Then I taught Freddie ballooning. It was his passion for years. I'm a slave to his work. It's a sin having it cooped up in the barn all these years. A balloon on the ground is a sin against nature.
A balloon? You have one?
Yep.
Your very own?
Oh, sure.
Can we see it?
Well, if you ain't afraid of spiders and dots, oh, Lord. Watch out for snakes.
Got one, do you believe that?
On what?
They take him away?
Uh-huh.
With luck, they'll throw away the key.
Oh, that poor man. He must be in terrible torment.
That poor man's wife worked side by side with Paul Ashbrow for 15 years. Paul died of the exact same thing. You don't see Paul's widow taking hostages, knocking down birthday cakes.
How many other people died of the exact same thing?
Well, since a lot more people than there are diseases, I would suspect it happens all the time. The folks at the company didn't give Kyle's wife that illness. Cancer's a disease, in a box of chocolates. People don't give people cancer.
Yeah, people can. Sometimes they do.
It's huge.
It's way heavier than air to me.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I don't think so, Josh.
What?
You want to take it up?
Don't you?
I don't know.
guess you're wondering what I'm doing here. My nephew, you made a definite impression on him. On me, too. What you did was wrong, but I thought somebody had harmed my wife. There'd be no limit to my rage.
I've got boxes of stuff, papers in my garage. I go over and over memos and files. Alice ran all sorts of tests. Chemicals, one after another. I can't make heads or tails of it. All I know is that she died of lymphoma. And she's not the only one.
Well, it seems to me like it's time to call in the EPA and just let the feds bust the lock on this.
No, they already did that. They went over every inch of that factory. Nothing. Alice is dead. My sister's sick. There's been 6 other lymphomas in that company.
All right, what were you looking for at Tyler?
I got a phone call. About 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know who it was. He said, you're looking in all the wrong places. He said, you got to look for a file marked XB.
It could just be somebody trying to throw you off the scent.
No, I found the file. It was in my garage. It was empty. But it was marked XB 1967. It's been going on for 30 years.
Uncle Fred, how do you steer this thing?
You know, you just go where the wind goes.
Say you wanted to go down the street and the wind was going someplace else.
Exactly. You wouldn't get there. And that's what makes every balloon ride such an adventure.
Say one of these are flying over your head and you shoot it with a bow and arrow.
Well, that wouldn't be a very good idea.
Hey, what are y'all doing?
Where is he?
Still in jail.
What's he doing there? Why didn't you get him out?
Well, that takes money. A lot more than we have.
But you believe him now, right? Well, if you believe him, how come you letting him rot?
He's not rotting. He's planning his next move, considering all of his options.
He's rotting.
Spring cleaning?
What kind of flight?
Hey. I said I'd take a look at her condition.
Well, how is she?
Clinging to life. Look, a balloonist doesn't just snap his fingers and go up, up, and away. A lot of details to cover.
Yeah, like getting parental permission.
Oh, that shouldn't be too hard. You're gonna say yes, right?
We'll see.
I love it when he says we'll see.
So, who we got for ground chase?
Yeah. Mom could do it, right?
Let's check.
One detail taken care of. The kids told me all about how you wrestled Kyle to the floor. I wish I'd seen that.
No big deal. He wasn't looking to hurt anybody.
Yeah, I think he's deranged.
Yeah, it seems to be just about everybody's opinion of him.
So is that why you went to the jail? Give him your own personal ink blot test?
No, I went because...
Russ, are you okay?
I went to the jail because when a man fights for his dead wife and his dying sister, it's kind of hard not to take notice.
Let me help you with that.
My carpet, my spot. Second shelf. Cream sheets, colored towels. Don't forget the washcloths. Nobody uses washcloths anymore. It's a rotten shame.
I like them, actually. Stiffer the better. Good for the circulation.
Mine are soft.
So they are.
Your bedroom's down the hallway on the left.
Mooster, I'm fine in the trailer. Let Russell and Claire have their privacy.
My house, my rules. You get to bed. There's a board under the mattress. I've had a bad back.
You mean Ike as in Eisenhower?
You know any other Ikes?
You mean to tell me you knew a president of the United States well enough to put him up and call him Ike?
I knew him when he was Army. If I'd have known he was going into politics, I would have thrown him out on his keister. I've never been keen on politicians.
You're not too keen on relatives either, are you?
That was smart, Alecky.
Eisenhower. You really know him?
Well, of course I knew him. I'm too old for fibs.
Weren't you supposed to get a letter of congratulations from the President of the United States for being 100?
Down in the kitchen. It came yesterday. Freddie put it up on the refrigerator. I just wish they'd thought to stick a check in it. Oh. Well, what are you going to do? You're just going to stand there gawking? Take your sheets and go make up your bed?
I got one more question for you.
What's that?
Where's the photo of you and Mussolini?
Are you really going to take our kids up in that thing?
We can get it to fly.
Is it safe? Looks like a giant picnic basket.
Well, Fred knows what he's doing, and I pretend to.
I heard you went to see Kyle Matthews.
Yeah? Heard you went to the library. Looks like you checked out more in a book.
The more I thought about Kyle, the more I started worrying about Auntie Mooster and Fred. I did a little research.
Well, are you less worried or more worried?
I'm terrified. This is from the Pueblo Chronicle last December. Health officials wrapped up their investigation of an outbreak of lymphatic cancer without coming to a definitive conclusion about the origin of the disease, leaving Springtown residents wondering where to turn next.
Springtown?
It's on the outskirts. It's where Kyle Matthews lives. Cancer rate 6 times the national average, and nobody knows why.
Kyle says he knows.
Government says he doesn't. They call it an unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah. I've used those words before.
How many candles did you have on your last cake?
None.
How about your 90th?
No candles.
Superstitious?
No, I give up candles and all that after Luke died.
How old was he?
Young. 73. Such a good boy. Took after his father. Strong sense of humor. Wait.
Did I ever tell you about my secret angel? The one I grew up with?
Stubborn nonsense.
Well, she was with me when my parents split up, and they were too preoccupied to notice how much I was hurting. She sent me a pink party dress with lace bows.
She did that?
Just in time for Easter Sunday. And she paid for my piano lessons and summer camp and 100 books.
Oh.
So many wonderful memories I wouldn't have had without my angel. She doesn't think I know who she is. She thinks it's a great mystery. You were that angel, Eddie Brewster, and I have never thanked you.
Sometimes I like to be alone with my thoughts. I'm 100 years old. I got a lot of them.
This is actually gonna work.
Duh.
Yeah.
Where's Nathaniel?
Working on his geography.
You're making him do his homework instead of this? He's gonna hate you forever.
As soon as you get back, you two are in there with him. All right. If I'm supposed to be doing this ground chase stuff, what am I supposed to be doing?
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just follow the balloon and give us all a ride home.
Let's get this over with.
Well, you can see the whole country from up there. Oh, you see that park there?
Oh, that's where Aunt Brewster put on a town's first firework display.
Yeah. She burned down the bandstand.
Yeah. She told you that story already, huh?
Oh, look, there's the mountain shaped like the camel's back.
Yeah, now that's an interesting story.
Oh, right. That's where she found the skier buried in the avalanche, right?
She dug him up and then he tried to kiss her, so she buried him again.
They got married the next spring, of course.
Yeah.
Looks like we lost our chaser.
Oh, there she is. She's trying to take the old service road. That's been closed for years. She's going to have to go around.
Where's that road go?
Well, the one way just goes back to the factory. The other goes nowhere. It dead ends at a little field in Springtown. Abandoned road is an evidence of some sort of conspiracy.
Fine. Those people didn't get sick overnight.
Oh, listen to yourself. You're sounding just like Kyle Matthews.
All right, Fred, let me ask you a question. Would you build a house in Springtown? Would you move your family there?
That's not the point.
Would you sink a drinking well there knowing what you know now?
Sure. Why not?
And you'd send your children to school there and let them play in the fields, run through the sprinklers. You think Aunt Mooster would have turned 100 if she had lived in Springtown? Now, what are they hiding over at Tyler?
Nothing. That company, those people, they've been good to me. Good to my family, good to this whole community.
Good enough that you'd look the other way even if they didn't tell you to? Good enough that you would just assume that they'd do the right thing?
We'll have to do this again. Another 20 years or so.
They told you the chemicals were safe, didn't they, Fred? They told me the same thing. In Nam. Different company. Different chemical, but the result was the same. Cancer. Death. The stuff was called Agent Orange, and I led my men right into it. Some of them got sick in 10 years, some of them 15. Some of us are still waiting and wondering.
This isn't a battlefield.
Maybe it ought to be.
Hello.
Hi. Got your hands full there, huh?
Yeah, just another day in paradise, but how can I help you?
Well, I need some information. Files, records, whatever you got.
Well, we've got lots of both, but you're going to need to be a little more specific.
Oh, that old service road to Springtown. I want to find out about it.
This is an employment office. We keep records on employees, not roads. Mr.
Green, Russell Green. You got a computer now. Could that dig up what I need?
You don't work here, do you?
No, I don't.
You'll have to ask somebody else about this.
You know, I don't know the first thing about computers, but I bet you if you'd let me sit down there for a couple of minutes, I could figure something out.
I'm sorry.
You live in Springtown?
No, I don't.
Know anybody that does?
Cousin?
Tell your cousin to move. There's something in the ground or in the water. It's making people sick.
Mr. Green? I could lose my job if I give you access to the computer. But I have to go to the restroom, and I'll be gone a good 10 minutes or so. All right? My password is Matilda.
Matilda.
Matilda. Mr. Mooster.
Call me Fred. Mr. and Mooster's not a thrilling combination. Don't worry, you're not fired. Sit down. You don't know the first thing about computers, so get up.
You paid his bail.
It looks that way, doesn't it? We've got work to do. Listen to the files.
John Wayne?
In the flesh.
John Wayne.
Oh, for crying out loud. If you took Mel Gibson and Bruce Willis and put them together, they wouldn't be as great as John Wayne. Hondo, Red River.
Rooster Cogburn.
So, John Wayne walks into the airport and he says, what?
Well, he looks me straight in the eye. And he says he wants me to raise my right hand. I say, how?
How?
Like an Indian. Wants me to be in this movie. Be the wife of the Indian chief.
You don't look Indian.
That's what I said. Yeah, but he says, don't care. He just wants me to be old. He was right about that. I'm old.
So, you did it? You were in a movie?
Well, of course I did it. I waited 74 years to be discovered by John Wayne.
If we went to regular school, I'd want you to come every day with me.
What for? 100 years gone by, still can't spell scissors. Ah.
Well, for show and tell.
No, I know how to do that.
The kids would love your stories.
No, they'd get bored.
No, they wouldn't. Well, if they did, you could always come to my school and tell the juicier stuff to the older kids.
No, it's just a bunch of silly stories. Yes, you did.
It's history, Auntie Mooster. The kids aren't reading about it, they're reliving it.
Oh, does that mean we get to put down the books?
I hope Fred is putting these stories down on tape.
You know, you're a national treasure, and you don't even know it.
What the devil, Fred?
Harlan, we have to talk.
All right, we'll finish this later.
We found the XB files.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That waste dump your father closed 20 years ago in Springtown.
The old landfill? Paper waste?
Yeah, and PCBs and petroleum distillates. A nice cocktail percolating in the groundwater that nobody was supposed to find.
There's been a mistake.
No, there's no mistake. It was a deliberate act, done in the name of greed. We got all the memos and the files to prove it. Mr. Tyler, there is enough money in this world to go around. You don't have to cheat to run a successful business. And you sure don't have to kill. We came in this room the other day to Aunt Mooster's birthday party. I saw a room full of people that were proud to be working at Tyler Industries. The ones you didn't poison with that waste dump, you sure have poisoned by hiding it.
I never meant for any of this to happen.
Doesn't matter what you meant. Matters what you did.
I built my house next to that dump. And you knew what was there. You never said anything.
Who posted his bail?
Fred did. Maybe you can get him to help with yours.
Very.
Oh, not yet. Well, let's get this over with before I turn 101.
You promised that you'd let us serve you.
I did promise, but I didn't promise I'd be patient. A birthday cake with no candles. That's a sacrilege.
Candles, but I thought
that I was looking backward. I was. But now I'm 100, officially. I only have time to look forward. Think about the next 100 years. Think about what's in store for the human race.
let's say one for each decade, and one to grow on.
You starting the cake without me?
Of course not. Go get the others.
Oh, Aunt Mooster, Josh and Dinah said they would want to take you to school with them.
I know. Can you believe it?
I would too.
Really? Wooden teeth and all?
Yeah. If I went to school, kids would think you were cool.
Nathaniel, I'd go with you. Have a hug for your Aunt Mooster. And the candles. Use them all. And one to grow on.
That lovely cake will be a forest fire. It'll turn to goop.
I like goop. Line them up. Dear Josh and Dinah and Nathaniel, I bribed a neighbor's kid to take me to school for show and tell. You were right. They liked the stories about Ike and John Wayne and Bonnie and Clyde. I told them all about my balloon trips. I even told them about how Hans and I got marooned in the clouds. The teacher didn't like that, but the kids lapped it up. Children and old people were made for each other. So, consider yourselves invited to my 101st birthday party. I'll have a bunch of new stories to tell by then, including my most favorite of all. It's not about anybody famous or rich. It's about a simple man, decent and honorable and kind. I put a picture of him up next to Ike. And I hope when you're 100, you'll be telling all the kids about flying balloons and Springtown. And that hero you've got for a daddy. And about an old lady who you've got one last chance to feel young again.